In Q1 of 2021, 44.1% of persons in Ghana were multidimensionally poor. This percentage rose by 2.6 percentage points between the two quarters, increasing from 44.1% in the first quarter of 2021 to 46.7% in the second quarter of 2021. A variant to the headcount poverty is what we call the intensity of poverty. So we capture the extent to which, given the 12 indicators, that households are deprived of. So in the first quarter, we found that on the average, they are deprived of 47.3% of the items. This marginally reduced in the second quarter of 2021 to 46.6%. So one of the main communications that we put out here is that while we saw an increase of about 803,000 persons in headcount poverty between Q1 and Q2 of 2022, the intensity of poverty reduced. One can look at this from a positive perspective in the sense that the extent of deprivation reduced from 47.3% to 46.6% over the two quarters. But keep in mind that 803,000 persons added on between the two quarters. And again, this is what we said earlier on, providing different dimensions of the issues to help target policy. So not just the numbers, but the intensity of poverty. We look at this from a regional perspective. The dark colors have higher headcount poverty and the light colors have lower headcount poverty. And we use this platform, encourage our colleagues in media to help Ghana Statistical Service continue to emphasize the deprivation in the Savannah region of Ghana. Throughout the population housing census, we made this emphasis. And from the annual household income and expenditure survey, we see the Savannah region having the highest headcount poverty, significantly different from the regions in the coastal part of the country. This is consistent across the two quarters, Q1 and Q2 of 2022. If you say you have the highest, you can have a lot more people who are deprived of that item, but your contribution depends on the weight that we put on that particular indicator. So first, let's look at the indicators that have the highest deprivation. We see improved toilet facilities having the highest of 80%, and we see health insurance following closely, about 74%, both in the first quarter of 2021. If you look at this slightly different from the contribution perspective, we see insurance coming up, contributing more than a third to multidimensional poverty rates. So what we are using here are those who are currently covered under the health insurance, meaning those who have renewed their health insurance coverage. So if you've not registered, you are not covered. If you've registered, your card had expired, you've not activated your card, you are not part of it. So from a policy perspective, this is not a sole responsibility of the government.